In the heart of California's farmland, an unseen crisis threatens this year's almond harvest.
The commercial bee populations farmers depend on for pollination are dwindling faster than ever.
Tonight we take you on a journey from the cutting-edge science to right here at home.
Garrett Hoddle has the story on Southern California's bee survival, of nature and humanity, and how our collective future depends on what we choose to preserve.
Outside the window of the car, California's almond orchards are bursting into bloom, but there's a crisis unfolding.
So right now, most of the bees are getting ready for Bakersfield for almond pollination. So that's kind of the whole jam for most of the commercial beekeepers. They're hunting down pollination contracts. We're live.
Dan the Bee Man has more than 30 years experience in commercial beekeeping in the Central Valley of California. Right now, commercial beekeepers are reporting record-breaking losses at a time when their hives are needed most for pollination. Between June 2024 and February 2025, commercial beekeepers across the United States reported an average loss of 62% of their bee colonies, totaling more than 1 million. Each acre of almond orchards typically requires 1 to 2 honeybee colonies for effective pollination. And now, there's even more to pollinate. We're hearing there's not enough bees for almond producers this season, but what you're saying is there's way more almonds that we're planting.
There's way too, there are way too many almonds planted because they wanted a crop that was going to produce, more money. And so they wiped out all the other crops that they had already to chase the almonds. And then that's when things went kind of sideways.
The cause of these extensive bee losses are under investigation by the USDA. Potential factors include exposure to pesticides, infestations by parasites.
Varroa mites are arachnids, so there's 8 legs in total.
Chris Allen is a bee geneticist at the University of California, Riverside.
And imagine that the Varroa mite is like having a dinner plate size tick on you.
An expert in wild and commercial bee populations.
What are the chances of me, say if I didn't have one of these suits, getting stung?
Well, so I would say that you always want to wear the PPE because you just never know. Smoke around the colony. We're kind of just saying, hello, we're here.
Compounding the problem with commercial bee supply, Allen says beehive theft has been significant across California. In 2023 alone, nearly 10,000 hives valued at close to $3.5 million were reported stolen, marking an 87% increase in hive thefts since 2013.
And the resale value on one colony, commercial colony, could be more than $1,000.
You could sell a colony for $1,000, but you can also take that colony and secure pollination contracts. And so you could get repeated money off of them by going and pollinating almonds, then going to citrus and securing various contracts with growers.
From beehive theft to beehive infestation, Allen says beehives and what he's researching here may provide the key to a long-term future.
Well, we are talking about 2 completely different bees here from everything that I've seen in my research. The bees in Southern California seem to carry natural resistances to many of the threats that harm commercial bees.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are surrounded with bees here.
And remember this? Bees making headlines just a year ago at the BNP Paribas.
I heard about the bees. I heard about the invasion of the bees last year, but I never saw the video of Lance walking down there with the vacuum. And when I saw that, it was about 9:30, and I immediately called him, found his number and called him, just hoping he wouldn't be upset. And I was like, hey, I got to talk to you.
One thing that nobody picked up on, and I just think, again, as speaking as a messaging person, like what grabs people, is like only in Hollywood could the person walking in to say this tennis tournament, and all this crazy stuff, and he also has a TV show.
Wayne Page is a veteran TV producer working on shows like The Crocodile Hunter with Steve Irwin. He caught wind of this iconic moment at last year's BNP. It's all led to this.
Not all African bees are really aggressive, especially these. These are just lovely.
Right? To me, everybody missed that only in Hollywood would you call in, I got a leak in the house and the plumber comes in, and he's got a TV show, right?
Oh, you're right. Yeah, no.
Now, Wayne produces a TV show featuring the day-to-day of a person wrangling killer bees in the Coachella Valley.
We're on our way to do an estimate for the city of Palm Springs because I am their only contractor for bee removal.
Lance Davis is the official bee removal specialist for the Coachella Festival, Stagecoach, and the BNP.
That's because the low frequency sound waves, when there's a lot of people talking and there's a lot of cheering going on and stuff, it attracts the bees to that area.
While Davis puts himself in danger daily, an unexpected reality check. He spent 3 weeks in a coma after a serious accident.
And look at this place. I remember this. I remember it well. It seems like yesterday.
Family getting him through.
My daughter that I hadn't seen and since she was born, Kathy, now she's 2.5 years old, and she was my motivation.
And today, thankful to be able to do what he loves.
You come and deliver honey here?
And I eat here a lot.
But in this story of bees in Southern California, maybe it's not about agriculture or even food on the table. Maybe what it's mostly about is us.
And that was Garrett Hoddle reporting. To watch this report again and or find out more to save bee populations in Southern California, go to our website, KESQ.com.